2012. I'm aware that graduation is a very solemn, very reverent experience, and because of that, you are probably expecting a sentimental, thorough recap of my Waldorf experience from lower to high school. I'm afraid that's not what I'm going to deliver. You're going to hear something very different. I am not exactly your typical Waldorf student. I find wool itchy. My favorite color is black. I prefer graphite when I draw, and when I draw, I use outlines. And when I graduate from college, my dream is to become an animator, to make comic books, and to perhaps have a cartoon on television. And this is a dream I've had since I was about 4 years old. Yes, so I'm sort of the class clown of this class of 2012, sort of the rebellious type. And I prefer daydreaming to studying, but I did it pretty well because I have thrived in this environment for some reason. I don't know why, because it wasn't always easy. By nature of what school is never easy. But I managed to get through, and probably in a few more minutes, an hour or two, I will have graduated. So you are probably wondering how I managed to survive my Waldorf experience, when I am almost the antithesis of what kind of student you would expect. Well, I was surrounded by a colorful cast of characters. Characters who happen to be my teachers. Yes. The Waldorf faculty has taught me many important things. They've taught me philosophy, literature, chemistry, the English language, foreign languages, mathematics, and also the uprising of burgeoning middle classes through the course of history. They've also taught me Shakespeare. I definitely can't remember that. Can't forget that. Forgive me. Sorry, Freudian slip. But whether I'll remember all these things 10 years from now, I can't really say. Whether I'll remember these things 5 hours from now, I can't say either. But what I will remember are the things that my teachers taught me. But they did not teach these things to me on purpose. Each of them has brought a little something to my Waldorf experience. From Mr. Abraham Ramsey, I've learned enthusiasm. I've come to find excitement everywhere, like in places such as boiling water. I mean, that's exciting. From Miss Valerie LeBlanc, I have learned to be terse, to be succinct, and to be aware that every uprising begins with a burgeoning middle class. From Miss Susan Elstrom, I have learned caution. You must be cautious when you're using sodium in your experiment, if you're holding it in your hand, if you're using it in this lab, if you're using it in the school, y'all. And from Mr. Frank Hall, I've learned that you have to be thorough, especially when you are talking about Shakespeare, because Shakespeare is the most important writer of the English language since the 19th century and beyond, or maybe was it the 15th, 16th century? And because maybe we use many of his words today in the dictionary because his works are today, because Shakespeare is very... From Miss Barbara Raycroft, I learned the importance of economic reality and frugality. So, when you want some of that expensive yellow, you don't go, oh, I want some yellow. You have to be frugal. You have to do a little bit like that. Conserve time and money and yellow. And from Mr. Laurent Andre, I learned that it is possible to become fluent in Spanish, taught by a teacher with a French accent. And although they only joined us this year, Miss Ann Tong and Mr. Gary Skoronsky have lent me some of their indispensable wisdom. I learned that there are emotions in math, that negative graphs make frowny, sad faces, that positive graphs make smiley, happy faces. And I learned that there are people out there who are not really crazy and eccentric and do all the sort of things you expect in a Waldorf school. They use computers. They watch hockey and they play Scrabble. And they're really good at it. And this kind of clock has taught me deadly accurate self-defense. Watch out. I know you're with me. Yeah, that's the only good thing to do if I remember. And last but not not least, testosterone has taught me really important social and communicative skills. Observe. No copy, Kimosabi. So now, I have a basket full of virtues that I've taken from my Waldorf experience. I've learned a lot from my teachers. Maybe not the things they wanted me to learn or expected me to learn, but I learned and I made this far. I'm graduating, right? And so now that I have a bunch of virtues, a lot of life lessons, and a lot of obscured memories, I've also got a whole set of character types that I can now use in my stories. They are now free game. Teachers, you may need to prepare yourselves, for I will remember you. I will remember you, and you'll be in my script, or my next book, or maybe on TV. But perhaps I'll be nice to you by making you look different and giving you new names. And so, as Senor Hombre says, au revoir, mis amigos.